Everybody, welcome on in. I feel like the music might be a little loud. Hello, tech. It is Saturday evening. It's 8:40 p.m. Central Time. Hello, Smiley. It is community game night. I'm going to keep it a little on the shorter side because I'm a little tired and I'm a little something. I don't know what it is. But I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind as stream goes. But I hope you had a good Saturday. It was windy here, so I didn't get to go outside like I hoped. I'm open to suggestions about community game night. If you guys wanted to do golf, if you wanted to do cards, if you wanted to do something like that, we could do that. Otherwise, I have Mario 64 right there. That black screen is definitely Mario 64. Not that screen. I could do that. But before I get into that, I just want to say a few things specifically to tech because it's a saga, if you will, and I have a feeling he's going to make me cry tomorrow out of frustration, possibly. But I have two points of talking. First one is I do have my Dymo 450 Turbo sitting next to me to try to print QR codes, and I'm just gonna no, that's not one of them. These are all, I'll turn them around. These are all attempts, and they're not showing up well on camera, but they all have barcodes on them. Not a single one has been successful. And I look at them under, I'll even take it a step further. I went and got my son's cheap but 150 magnifying glass lens thing, and it I have some theories. One of which includes the paper. So I do have some thoughts there. And I was looking at like $2,000 printers today that I think might work, but I'm not going to do that. I just need to be patient and wait for the cards to show up, and fingers crossed. I also checked the DPI on every single printer copier that I have access to in my many school dealings, and I have 3 different printers that I now need to go test, which I might do a test print on each one of them and go pick it up tomorrow kind of thing, because they're all 1200 DPI printers supposedly, so I want to see what they look like. Yeah, it's just nuts. Like the concept, it should not. to give you an idea how far I was researching today, and this isn't going to sound great to say it, but I was laughing at myself because I just couldn't imagine how it works in the real world. Apparently counterfeiting's a thing. Like, people print money on laser printers, and I'm like, in what world can people print money that looks good enough on paper that they're worried about, like, that they put the little yellow dots to mark the money, and those yellow dots have to be readable too, right? So they do this. Like, this is a known thing with copy machines and stuff like that, and yet I can't print a barcode that is not as complicated as money. Like, I don't understand. Okay, it's just frustrating me. But I don't know. I was looking at label printers too that can do 600 DPI and do it with precision. 1200 DPI inkjet label printers. Like, all of these things. I was looking into all of them today. I did find one on eBay that intrigued me for $89, but it said it was for parts used only and was being sold as is. And they said what was wrong, and it sounded like it was simply out of ink. But I also didn't want to roll the dice yet until I get the printed cards from the company. So that was the first point of frustration with these cards today, was literally the entire stream of tech today I was working on these and having no luck. The second point of frustration, and I don't know what I don't know, but I'm going to give you this puzzle tech, and then it can frustrate you as it is frustrating me. So I should apologize now. So in your Discord today, I got into a conversation briefly with Paul Guy about the idea of writing to the Flash. And I don't want to do the idea that we were talking about there where you could scan even more cards, because I don't want to go down that road. That's too much. I simply want to be able to persistently save a variable, in this case, high score, from 1 power off to 1 power on. It can even get reset when you scan new cards, right? Like, I just want it to survive a trip. And theoretically, there's enough flash memory there for that not to be a problem. Yeah, okay. We're already on the same page. So by the way, I'm just going to put this out there. I'm going to talk about this for a few minutes. But again, if anybody wants to do a community night game, please tell me. Because otherwise I'm just going to play video games. What button do I have to hit? This button. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the two things I tried, and I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And maybe you have a better idea. So this right here is the memory address that I'm trying to deal with all I'm trying to do is get one 32-bit or 8-bit number written. Okay, I've tried both. Okay, but hear me out on this. That's the address. For what it's worth, this is definitely a flash address, and I've confirmed that in more ways than one. Both in the documentation for the e-reader, it says this is unused flash space, but also in if you go into the, I think I still have it open. Here, I can just do this. If you go into here and go to view memory and you go to flash memory and you scroll down and you just happen to look, and it's pretty apparent where it happens. Not at the moment, but you'll see why it's apparent here. But there, right there, E000F0000, right there. That's the memory spot that I'm targeting at the moment. Okay, so the first thing I tried to do, and I think I have it all commented out now or disabled, but I'm gonna get this wrong. But basically, I should just rewind my code. I was doing this, right? I think it was U32 star high score equals, and actually I'll do it the other way. I think I did this. U32 star U32 game pack RAM. Something like that. I might have my pointers mixed up in my head. So, in theory, that should have given me a high score variable that was allocated at this memory address, and it should have written from there. And that was not working for me. And after doing a little research, I did flip that to U8 because there was something I read somewhere that was talking about how the Game Boy even the Game Boy Advance can only read and write 8 bits at a time to memory. This was U8 too. For some reason the addressing in the flash is weird. I didn't fully understand that logic, but there was definitely some, like, I could probably find the resource or whatever. That's the address, which is way more than 255 positions. Yes, but if I'm... Maybe I have my pointers wrong. I got to think through that. Pointers and me always require a train of thought, but the idea is that I'm turning this variable into using that memory space. And yeah, in any case, it's not that I'm trying to write the memory space into here. I'm turning this into that memory space. But let's not worry about my pointer ability or not pointer ability. Needless to say, I couldn't seem to get any variation of pointer magic. And maybe my pointer foo is just really bad today and I'm having a bad day. But I could not get pointers to make any change at all to that memory space. Hey, Silverdown, if you want to play a board game tonight or something, Silverdown, let me know. I'm reaching out. Otherwise, I'm having a conversation with tech at a very technical level. But I played around with it, and I'm pretty certain I had the pointers right. Pretty certain that I had them right. I might not have them right now, but I'm pretty certain I did at the time. So then I went and experimented, and that's the state my code's in now, with the this command. And you are correct that there is this amazing function in the documentation. However, if I had to guess what the parameters were, I would have guessed that this was the order of them. And that's where my brain went as well, Tech, that in theory it might be more complicated than I think it is. Although the weird part is I went and researched how regular Game Boy games do it, and it sounds like the way I was trying to do it is how you would do it. But let's just assume that the e-reader was doing something to stop me for the moment, and then I have to use their API. And I tried the parameters this direction. I tried the parameters the other direction. I tried it with a 1 instead of this value here because I wanted to see if maybe like memory was like keyed off of its own interval, like own values or something. In all 4 of these lines, it never crashed, but it also never put the value anywhere that I could find it in memory. It was as if memory is completely frozen and hidden away from me. And I have no... That's kind of what I'm wondering. I'm kind of wondering if maybe... And this is where I left off when I walked away from it. I'm kind of wondering if there's like some sort of init thing where I need to like tell it to let me do this. But yeah, I don't know if I was going down that road and I hadn't fully gotten there yet. So I'm just saying, if you want to attempt to write to memory as a new challenge while you get frustrated with dots, there you go. There's the new challenge for the moment. Because I think being able to read and write to the Flash opens up a lot of very interesting doors. That if we can make use of the extra Flash space, yeah. Flash should be in your save file. I don't know if MGBA shows that in the info views. No, that's what I'm saying. It is the save file, right? Flash is the save file. And yes, I mean that is this. Like, I can see, even before like I start up the game, I can see that Cheese Nips Clicker is loaded into Flash, and it follows the addressing that's laid out in here. So like this actually does a pretty good job describing if I can figure out where it is. Yeah, so you've got bank 0 data. So, and I think what they mean by data in this case is the, and maybe this is where I'm going wrong. I decided to jump up and use the this last region here. Maybe I should try, using this unused region. Although those are the same addresses. Why did they? Oh no, they're. Yeah, why is this? What is the difference between this line and this line? There isn't one. So I'm I'm using this unused region at the moment, but you can see, the dot code data's first, blah blah, all that fun stuff. Read write of the Flash is on my list of things to look at. I was trying to do sound first, but I think I have to give up on that because ER API custom sounds are extremely complicated and not currently documented. And I mean, think of it this way. If you get it working, you can use one card to load the sound into Flash, and then the next game can just use that sound if it doesn't wipe out the Flash. And that's the other big question. I don't know how often, and there is some zeroing of the Flash going on. I can show you that if I go to where I was trying to write, and then I reset the game. So maybe I was writing to memory. Maybe I was doing a little with my last test there. Maybe I got a little bit further than I thought I did because apparently I corrupted it. So maybe I'm just not seeing my problem. I'm gonna have to get some dead beef and send it into the thing and see what's going on. That actually makes me feel a little better because yeah, that's But here I can do this. Load although this won't revert it, will it? Yeah, it's corrupted now. I kind of love that. I really knowing that I corrupted it is probably the best news I've had all day. So there's that. Yes. Now I'm kind of wondering what part of memory I corrupted though, because you know what? Because nobody has told me to do game night, this is what's going to happen. I wasn't dumping it, but I was searching for it. So let's have a little fun. Let's change this number to something more recognizable. 42, 42, 42, 42. And we're going to do the same thing here. And we're going to get rid of the ones. You know what? Let's leave those. Let's just leave those for the moment. Keep the number. Okay, sounds good. 42, 42. We're under that number, right? Nope, too many digits still. We'll do 42, 42. That should be 42, 42, 4. There we go. Yeah, that should work. So we've got those two things, and then we need to make sure that the GBA does not have anything loaded, and then we need to go to MSys. And I'm going to change my my game here to software and game dev here until somebody says something otherwise. Let's just exit it because it's mad. MGBA. Okay, memory error, which should happen. Reset. We're going to view memory. Now, this is actually what I was going to... Oh, I didn't do it before we did it, but... So, we're in Flash. Oh, actually, it hasn't done it. It hasn't... Yeah, so right now, and this is what I was going to point out here. Right now, up until that number, We haven't run the game yet, but this is all zeros. Right up until that buffer. And then as soon as I launch the game, it, for whatever reason, it wipes out that portion of memory, which I don't entirely know why, but it's now all Fs. So we're going to access the save data. We've launched the game. That immediately should have wrote to memory. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this. And we're going to go to Tools. We're going to go to Search Memory. And we're going to search for 424242. And I don't remember what button I was hitting. New search. Numeric. I mean, we can search the ROM. No, we had too many digits there. One less. Okay, we're going to unsearch the ROM. We have 1. And an address of 0200090C, which... I mean, we can go look at that. That address to me, though, sounds like RAM. Because 0200090C, it should be this. C. I mean, I don't even... Didn't we... I added the 4 back in, didn't I? Yeah, I added the 4 back in. But we can try let's do that search. Even that's not showing up. Decimal. New search. With 1 byte. No. 2 bytes. No. 4 bytes. No. So either this memory search function isn't searching it, or it's not here. Like, that's... Okay, so, but now let's do something. Let's have a little fun. Let's reset it and see if it gives us a corrupt memory. It gives us corrupt memory. Can I see the game ROM in that viewer? In this one, that would be game pack, wouldn't it? Yeah, card E reader space. It'll only go out 8 megs. I mean, the numbers are larger, but I think the data only makes sense out to 8 megs or something like that, if I remember correctly. Because the actual ROM is smaller. But yeah, it makes... I think it makes everything available. I'm kind of curious, though, in its current state. Like, what if we do the search now? Nothing. What if we just search for 42? Like, that should show up everywhere, right? I mean, there's some in the OE range, which OE is flash, but none of them show up more than that. And we can search the ROM, which... No decimal value equal to that, though? Let's try the full search. Oh, it wouldn't be in the ROM though, because it's in the... Question is, what did I corrupt? Because obviously I made a change. So something did change in memory. Like, can I do like a diff? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a diff. So this is getting ridiculous for a community game night where we're not doing, community games. So we're in the bad state. Main.save. So we're gonna rename this bad. Okay, then we're gonna compile. And let's see how drastically different these are, because we didn't even run the program this time. But main.save against oh, I've already done diffs? Not with this, but I'm realizing this isn't the first time I've been diffing these save files. Okay. So main.save, bad.save. This is the compiled version, so on the left, I'm just trying to see what's actually different. Curious that all this got wiped out. Oh, it didn't. It got shifted. They didn't run them side by side. I think there's a way to change that in this program. It's been a while. I want them to stay... side by side. Because it's putting the diff down below. How do I binary? Okay, so on the left here we've got no idea what that is. And there was nothing in our original save file. Same thing, it got zeroed. Which one are we calling the address? So, okay, I will, let me bring that code back up. So, again, I had it doing all four of these. Okay, so let's... Well, and that's... I was wondering that too, so... let's just try that. Why not? We'll make it so brain dead simple. We can make that. It won't actually run anything. Then go over here, file, load alternative save, main, reset, view memory. Let's jump right to flash, and then didn't crash. And then let's go over here, tools, search memory, same thing, 42, 42, 42, 42, without the last two. We're searching for it in decimal. Nothing. Refresh. New search. Nope. Let's just try 4242. New search. Refresh. Nothing. Let's reset the game. Memory error. So now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to call this bad 2. First we got to shut this down again. We're going to compare the bad to the bad. Okay, and then I made it mad. Bad 2. So we've got the new bad on the left and the old bad on the right. And we want to compare... Where did we find this again? Recent files. Wasn't it under here? Recompare as binary. Give us good luck, music. Interesting. What's... That actually... $18, not $23. That doesn't make any sense there. So those changes don't mean a whole lot. At least not to me. I have no idea what would have been changed there. Why that's 0 to E and this is 0 to Y, I don't know. And then there's nothing else. Can we add a third file to this? So main, these two both had K8. This one did not, but no real explanation as to why. Oh, this feels a little bit like looking for a needle in a haystack. First value is your address offset. The second value is a pointer to a block of data. So you can make it work quickly by making a string and then saving it with flash write sector signal. So and you can see it in memory, but you're sending a pointer to the variable instead of the actual value. So it's not passed by value, it's passed by reference. Okay, so in theory, that would be this. You're calling it a string variable though, so does it have to end in a \n? Like, is it a character array? Or is it just sending a single letter? Check Discord. Okay. Okay, I mean that you got it in memory. So I have two questions. Wait, you wrote that with... You didn't write that with play custom sound. That's not the line you meant to give me. I don't think. So it handled a car array, which is multiple bytes, which is weird because there's another multi-sector writing function as well, which has me even more confused than why it can handle a string. Okay, there we go. So yeah, you sent &test, which was a car. What was the address that it ended up at? But I'm going to do this twice. So we're going to do U32. No, not U32. We're going to do car. We're going to do exactly what you did. Car. Why did that key get stuck? We are being so technical tonight. This is great community. It's community coding night. Car, Sam. Sam's a horrible thing, but hello world. No, that's bad. Let's do, all I want is sleep. And then we're gonna come down here, and just for the fun of this, we're gonna put it at offset 2. And not send high score, but send Sam. So the pass by reference thing answers a lot of questions, at least about how this function works. Bill, I just want to see if it's so smart that it can actually, like, rearrange this stuff. Or if we're going to walk over things. Okay, so we've got those two. We've got those three things all going to be trying to be written. Let's see what happens. Make. You have an error because somewhere you added high score temp back into your code. When did that happen? Maybe I added it everywhere. You know what? Let's not fix it this way. Let's fix it by bringing back high score temp. Int high score temp equals 1. Okay. Make. My code is a mess. I'm okay with that. Sorry, my brain needed to reboot there. Okay. We're going to go specifically to Flash. View, search memory, search for sleep. Sometimes I think the memory viewer thing isn't actually doing what it should be doing. Okay, let's go. So let's start here. If we go to working RAM, sleep should be in here somewhere. All. I really can't search in here. Okay, so let's assume that sleep just failed us. So let's do a search for 42, 42, 42. New search. Okay, shows up 4 times. Okay, this is actually really good because this one is bad. This one is bad. So this is dot code. This is probably dot code as well. I don't know for certain what this one is. This one, however, OE0100. Let's go see what that might be. Actually, I'm worried that that's not good for us either. So, and actually, Tech, what bothers me is how many times did that line show up in your program? Like, I should probably do the diff on that, but how many times did you see it in memory? Because it would have needed to be there at least twice, and possibly 3 times. But in the save, it should be there twice. We shouldn't be... The problem with... Oh, there's a problem with both strings and numbers. We need to have it save math. Which I'm going to circle back to in a second. We need to have it solve something and then put that in memory. Because it's right here. So, here's E100. So, we have X's. We have all I want is sleep. But we also have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I... So, this right here, these three things aren't what we want. Because these three things that are in the save file are actually the definitions. Right? That's not it actually saving. That's just the ROM. That's the dot code in the save file. Which is also in Flash. So that's not our variable. Okay, we need to change this up a little bit. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do for int I equals 0. I is less than... How many letters is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I is less than 10. I plus plus... And in fact, I'm going to change this a little bit. I'm going to do I is less than 8. I'm going to do bill I equals Z. Except I don't want to specify it that way. I want to specify it this way. I can never remember my rules for C strings. Whatever. That should work. So... we're going to override each X with a Z, except for the outermost X's. And then that's what's going to get saved. It would help if I shut down this. Gotta love being technical tonight, you guys. We load this. Load alternative save. Load that. Reset.
Scan.code. Scan.start.
Code ran. View memory. Let's just jump straight to the flash memory. I am a little concerned as to why this says there's only 64 kilobytes of flash memory, because there's more than 64. What if we do all? Okay, we can walk off the end now. So here's 0E. Can I type an address? 0E00F 0000. But we didn't want F. I just want to confirm that I'm right about one thing. I'm not right. I'm not right. I'm... Okay. I still have the other... Do I still have the other rights going on? We have this one, we have this one, we have this one. So, I have a new theory. That it can only handle strings. Which... Because no other place in the file did I write. And the high score had a problem. So let's assume that... Let's see if this corrupts. It handles raw RAM through data pointers. It handles raw RAM through data pointers. It handles raw RAM data. Raw RAM data through pointers. But I sent it a pointer for high score, and it didn't know to stop. Or what it was. Like, I'm just trying to think conceptually what that function has to be doing. Because somehow it's moving it from RAM into Flash, which it's probably doing like a... What is it, a DMA copy or whatever behind the scenes? But okay, I want to see two things. I want to see this not crash because that's the first. We haven't survived a reload. At least I haven't. So main. So reset. Sorry about the screen flash here. Game loads. We go to memory. We go to flash memory. We look down at the 1000 mark because that's where it looks like it's putting things. All I want is there. All I want is sleep. Where to put the X's? Sam, Bill. Sam and Bill. Why? I'm also very curious as to why the ABCD stuff is in here when I never write that into this memory space. But let's have a little fun. Now we hit reset and we crashed. We don't have it, Tech. We don't have it. If that's how this function works, it wouldn't be corrupting things. It also leaves me very curious, and I'm just going to point this out as well. There is this function. You know what? I'm going to go ultra nerdy for a moment here. Because I forget that I can do this. I'm not very good at it, but I can do it. It's in the ROM, but we have the addresses. Sorry, I'm trying to wrap my brain around what I'm actually trying to do now. Brain is trying to open something here. There we go. And then we need to go over here, but not here. We want to go look at the documentation, which is here. I don't think I have the right tools for what I want to do. Like, I'm not set up with GDB. Do you have Tech, do you have the ability to disassemble? Like, can you get the assembly for flash right sector? I don't think I have the tool chain for that at the moment. Try the save file you just put in Discord. Okay. I misplaced Discord. Sorry, just putting it someplace I can find it here. Okay, so game is starting up. We're gonna go view memory here. I'm gonna jump to flash. Nothing has been written. Actually, why has nothing been written? Whatever.
Scan.code. Start application.
Okay. What's supposed to happen? Doesn't the game normally load right here? Sorry, I'm not looking at chat. Okay, so I'll do left, down, left. Okay, and if I look over here, it's this right here, right? That's what's being written. Down button, press last. Up button, press last. Down button, press last. Right button, press last. Up button, press last. Down button, press last. Left button. What causes the reset? Like, does it only store 4 at a time? I mean, it's... I get that it's writing, but now here's my question.
Scan.code. Start application.
Why didn't it say right? Okay, so right now we've got right button press last, up button press last, down button press last. Thank you for redeeming Put on the Hat. I have to get the hat, hold on. Okay, so then I'm gonna reset it again. And all that data went away. Why did all that data go away?
Scan.code.
And then came back? Almost.
Let's start.
Okay, I believe you have it programmed and working, and yours isn't crashing for some reason. Can I see your code? Because, yeah, it's still there after a reset. So except somehow it came back, which I don't... Like, where does it go for this brief period?
Scan.code.
Oh, you're getting it uploaded? Okay, I'm gonna go. Let's take a look at this now. Sorry. Okay, so you have four variables. Okay. Okay, let's have some fun.
Start.
So, left. I'm hitting left. Reset.
Start.
I hit up. Reset.
Start application.
Up button. Yeah, so it's working. You have it working. I'm impressed. I'm just... So why is mine corrupting and yours isn't? The only thing I can think is that I'm doing it twice. I'm writing to more than one sector. You sure this is... Do you think this is an offset, or do you think this is a... I'm not treating it as an offset. I'm treating it as a number, or as a... So I'm going to try that real quick and see if that solves my problem. So right now, Sam is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So, for good measure, we're going to say 30. Post in Discord how it loads data. Okay, so function flash write sector signal function accesses blocks of memory that are FFFF bytes long. Okay, so 256 bytes long to write data to a... But you need to tell the API which offset value first and give it a memory address location. It'll copy 255 bytes worth of data after that memory location into flash storage. It's pure raw data access. So okay, so my 1 in 30 is not a good idea. So hold on. So function accesses blocks of memory that are FFF bytes long. To write data to a block, you tell the API which offset value first. And you give it a memory address location. It will copy OF bytes worth of data after that memory location. Oh! Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, no, I sorry. I figured that out after I was saying it a few times. But yes, so okay, let's have some fun with this. I think what you're saying makes a ton of sense. Now I just got to think smart. So int my storage, and actually we'll do this. U32 my storage U32 is 4 bytes. So we're going to do that. And then what we're going to do for the fun of it is we're going to say my storage. Oh, well that's my math should be right here though, right? Like the reason I'm doing it this way is because I want it to be all U32s in my head. This is gonna make more sense in a second. It won't at all. But my storage slot 0, we're gonna put 42, 42, 42. And then in my storage slot that to that, we're going to put I times 3. But that's too hard. I times 5. Okay, so and we're gonna go more than 9. We're gonna go let's just go 60. I mean 60 is not that many. But before we do that, we're gonna do 4 int I equals 0. I is less than 16384 I plus plus my storage I equals 0. Nah, let's pick a more fun number. 42, 42, 42, 42. So 42, 42, 42, 42 is going to be our... I'm just making this overly complicated. I'm okay with that. So then... My brain just melted again. We're going to make... And I must have deleted high score temp again. Oh, I never actually changed this to writing my storage. So then... My keyboard needs, like, some serious love. It's supposed to be all nice, and it's just doing all sorts of bad things. So... Just so we're clear, before I go any further, because I want to make sure I have a full understanding of this portion of things. That's a memory offset, you're saying, relative... Sorry, go away. Go away. Well, I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to save it. I'm going to run the code. Is this still running? This is still running. Close. Make. MGBA. Yeah, relative to... That's what I'm wondering. So... So we have to be... Give me 1 second, because I'll talk through what I'm thinking in my head here. First, I want to do...
Scan that.
I don't know what that noise was. Here, what is... Hold on. This is... Those are random noises? Okay, this hasn't quite gone to plan. So here's my question. If it's relative... If it's relative to address space, then don't we run into... Like, we shouldn't be... Like, you must have gotten lucky with spot number 1. Right? Because... And that might entirely depend on the game, in your case, too. So, yeah, hold on. Let's do the math, then. E-reader program. I can never find what I'm looking for here. Okay, yeah. So here, so the game, the game theoretically is in the offset you were using. Because if one, so if one is putting it, so wouldn't we want to do like 15? I'm going to try that. If I have an understanding of what you've been telling me, 15 is my magic number. So instead of writing to 1, write to 15. Up, you posted more. Yes. Okay. I'm with you on the structs by putting a struct together and then you know the exact size and then yep, yep. Okay, all of that makes sense to me except for the offset at the moment, which is why I'm trying to write a full block to understand what's going on here because if everything I understand about the save file makes sense, where you're writing right now is the place that the game is stored. And the only reason I can think you're not crashing and I am is because I'm probably writing it to a bigger game or to a bigger memory thing. You know what I mean? Like something's not working the way it should. But let's try this and see if it puts it in memory where I want to put it. Because that is the question.
Scan.code. Start application.
Yeah, it's mad. Let's go to all for a minute here because I want to see past that number. How did you figure out that it's copying 65 535? I need to have it put something in memory that I can read easier. So Um. Oh, so you saw the whole block. Okay, let's just change this up again. I lost my code. Okay, so we're gonna define it that way. What's the right way to do a literal for a character? Assign a character, because I don't want the terminating character. Everything in my brain is outdated. It's just single quotes. Is that what I'm doing wrong? So it would be that. Or we could do this. And actually, I think it's 65 for A, right? I would assume there's a reserve block for a saved game because you have one game in Flash and load another game from a card into RAM. The RAM only game would be able to break the Flash stored game if it wasn't guarded. Yes. Yes. And anytime you scan a card that wants to stay, it puts it into Flash automatically. So scanning a Flash type, like you're talking about like the difference between a Pokemon card and a game card. The game card will get stored immediately into Flash, whereas the Pokemon card will linger, or it'll hang out without going into Flash. But yeah, exactly. Pokemon cards don't get stored. But my point is that oh wait, okay, hold on. So you're saying 4Fs though worth of data? There isn't even that much there isn't even that much space to put it. It'll break into the calibration data. Let's try something. Okay. So that's what's getting written. We are going to leave that on 15 for the moment. Okay, that was my first question, because 4Fs wasn't making any sense for what I was seeing. So okay, that might be. It does not like this concept. Okay, so sorry, brain is doing its melting thing here again. Okay, so okay, and then we're going to put it in offset 15 and see where this ends up. What are we complaining about? Does it have to be after this? Do I have my syntax all messed up here? Okay. This is melting brains on a Saturday night. Community game night would have been more interesting, I think. No, no, not more interesting, but more peaceful. Load, save, because now this is what my Sunday is going to be. And I'm going to lose sleep. I can almost guarantee it. It's a good thing. Oh, there we go. Hey, look at that. Jump to an invalid address. Can I see the memory before you do that, though? Can I, like, look at memory still? Okay, that's fine. Let's try putting it at address 1. I gotta recompile first, though. I do like that it crashed with the number, though. So that's a start. At least I assume that was. Did it say 41 or did it say A? I wasn't paying attention. Load that. Jump to invalid memory address 4141414. I don't know why it's jumping. Other than that we overwrote data more than we should have. So let's scale back. So it didn't like 4096. So let's just try 1024. I know you're saying it was 3 Fs possibly, but now I'm wondering if it's 2 Fs. And maybe it just, I don't know. Something's... I'm still not sure about the offset part of it, though. That's the weird part. Load ROM. Load ROM. That's the first part. There we go. Load save. Main. Reset.
Scan.code.
Let's open the memory thing before we get there.
Scan start.
Didn't crash. Okay. There's our A's. And the A's go from 1,000 to 1350. Or 1-3. So till 14. So we got a perfect double block here of A's. We should have picked another letter. We should reproduce it. But before we do that, reset. Now I get a memory error. Now I'm okay with that for the moment. So now let's increment. Let's go to B. So 66. Know your ASCII. That's the game we're playing today. And then we're going to increase this to 2. Yeah, index 0 is the game start point. Okay, see, that's we're on the same page now. So let's just make sure it's clobbering the way we think it's clobbering. Which probably means you're supposed to put something. Well, yeah, sorry, my brain. I'm going elsewhere with that thought, but like you're probably supposed to like allocate a heap or something and write the heap back, but I don't want to think that way yet. Because I'm so the other part of this is so okay. There's 2 variations of this that we are hitting on right now, and it's actually interesting that you were able to clobber things because there were 2 versions of this that I was hoping to achieve. The first one was just being able to save from game to game, and it sounds like we're getting close to that. We just have to figure out how it works. So it sounds like we're at a point where if we told the compiler to allocate space in our program for this area, then we would be safe. Like we could block it off. But I don't want it to work that way. I want it to survive a second card, which is even more insane. But it would mean we'd have to be able to write somewhere in memory that isn't part of our game. So outside of game data, which that's a whole different thing, but I just one step at a time. Like let's just take this. Let's just make sure we have a full understanding of what's going on. I'm kind of happy though if they didn't put guardrails on. Because that opens up my second mission objective. I should have had the memory viewer open. Oh well. View memory. Flash. We're not into the 2s yet. There's the 2s and there's our B's. Okay, so Tech, you are right insofar as that. You are right. Now, here's the interesting thing, though. I don't think it clobbered. I think it's only doing. No, you might be right. Did it? But it didn't clobber it in any meaningful way. Okay, so why? Okay, let's just push this to see how far we can get it. So 2 is that one. So 15. 15 should be F, right? Like that's what it should be. So let's try 15 again. We haven't tried 15 with the smaller number, and I'm thinking maybe I was just like 1 bit too big or something. But that doesn't make any sense. So let's start here. I want to know if I can clobber in 15. That's what I want to know. And the game is open, so that's not going to work. So We don't want the space in the game. We would have to store that area in the cards. Exactly. That's that's the big downside. But that's how you're technically doing it right now. you could put it off the end of the game as long as it stayed in game data. Then it wouldn't be in the cards. That would be the other solution to that problem. So as long as it was smaller than your game, I think that would work.
Scan.code.
Oops.
Scan.
We didn't crash. We're still doing B's. Flash mem. So 15 wrapped around? Why did 15 wrap around? Yeah, I don't entirely understand the calibration data thing, other than that I know there's something about it. I just know it exists. I don't know how it exists. It's another one of those things that I don't fully understand how I managed to break my camera and then bring my camera back to life. Let's try 14, even though 14 shouldn't work. But I'm now even more confused. Why did 15 wrap around? That's what I don't understand. So it might have some safety protections in place. There's none that make any sense.
Scanned load. Start application. Save done.
Interesting. So it did put it in E, but 15 wrapped. So the spot I want to go to in memory, I can't get to. It would be 100 it'd be 100% be possible to make a custom card to read out whatever is stored in Flash over a link cable to let you use the e-reader itself to copy games. Like to use it as a flashcard, essentially. I mean, it does seem that way. Why do you think it wraps at 15? There's also a question about how to get to the other half of the save file too, but well, wait, and we're sure it's doing 3 Fs and not stopping at the end of the variable? I mean, it does look like 3 Fs. So that's the entire data bank. You would have to copy down the data bank first, manipulate it, and then copy it back up. Because there's no, or overwrite the calibration data based on the table. Oh no, that's not true because game data goes from 0 to C. Sorry. So if you treated, yep, okay. So theoretically, C, which is 12, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't think. 12. 12 should be pretty safe. Like 12 should not crash my game. Ever. Because I'd be outside the data. Okay, so we're going to try to change a few things again. So let's just see if I can make this work. So U32, back to U32, which means this needs to be divided by 4. So 1024 divided by 4 is 256. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go from 0 to 256, and we're going to set those all to a value of 66 because that just sounds funny. Then we're going to go down here, and we're going to say if my storage, and let's just pick 0, is greater than that number, then we're going to set my storage 0 to 0. And then we're going to come down here. And we're going to say that. And then we're going to rewrite, and this is not the right line. My storage. Yeah, because I don't even think you can get out to 12, can you? Because from 0 to 12 is... That might be 12 cards. I got that. I mean, that's 24 kilo... I don't want to do math. I think that would mean literally using every card. Maybe one shy. Because it's about one card... I don't know. I can't think what a byte is at the moment. So a byte is one address space. We get 2 kilobytes. 2 kilobytes. So that's 2,000 bytes, give or take, per card, which means that's... directly correlated to the amount of bytes used here, which is after compression, you think? You might be right. Yeah. Yeah, so you're right. So maybe the game can still be bigger. I'd be curious. It'd be fun math to try to figure out, but I'm not. I'm with you. We don't need to do the math. So if score is greater than my storage 0, then my storage 0, and then write it again. Okay, so that all looks good. That all looks good. And then we're skipping the read for now because I can just look at memory. But the idea would be we load my storage on game load. And it is VPK compressed. So yeah, then we should be able to do the direct math. That makes the math a little easier. But I don't want to do math. So yeah, the question is, can it store... How much space is there to store, and how much does 4 or 12 cards take? And for some reason, given that it ends on 12, I feel like one card is one buffer. In fact, that wouldn't surprise me at all. That would make a whole lot of sense, actually, if one card... In fact, that would explain the entire function. If they're storing a card per bank, or a card per one of those. And that would explain why the max swipes is 12. Wait, is the max swipes 12? No. Max swipes is 24. Right? 12 cards? Now my brain is broken again. I think there's a correlation, though. Did I ever actually compile? View memory. Okay, game loaded. It's interesting that the high score went to 0, but whatever. We're going to reset. Memory did not crash. We're going to go to flash. We're going to scroll down to the C's. This is actually one of those weird things. I don't know why it doesn't load into memory until I get this far, but even then, it didn't load into memory. Okay, I'm beginning to think I didn't recompile. That'd be my bad. Wait, did I actually save it? Yeah, okay. You know, I should probably stop when we get this far. Load, alternate save, main, reset.
Scan load start
Okay, 66 is better than 1, because that's what should have happened. Okay, view memory. Let's go to flash. Let's go to C, I mean. Oh, and it's showing a B every it's showing a B every 4 because we're saving it into 32s now, so there's blank spaces. So that's beautiful. We're looking at C0 here. Let's play the game. Eat those cheese nips. Can we get up and down, please? There we go. L, up, R, up, down, L, right, down, R, L, left, L, up, left, L. Okay, so there's our high score, 97496. If we go look in memory, this isn't readable, but let's assume that that's 9, whatever number we need it to be. So then, we go emulation reset. We don't have it load.
Scan.load start.
Oh, but I have it overwriting the high score. Well, it probably was there. We're so close. We should put the read in. Okay, so we're going to go from 1 to 256. And then we're going to do, but we have to, no, we don't even want to do that. We want to get rid of this. This is bad. We just want to take whatever's in memory and accept it for what it is. So I'm going to go to text code just to make sure. Well, no, the syntax is just the same thing in reverse, right? So it would be this, and then 12 and my storage. I think. So then we exit. Hopefully this is the last compile of the night. This, if if it is, we accomplished something tonight. I don't know what we accomplished, but we accomplished something. And I'll give all the credit to Tech for figuring out the magic. I hope I recompiled. Tools, view memory, flash. We haven't actually loaded the game yet. No! Oh! See, okay, so this is where your struct thing only makes sense if you get it to the full width of the thing. Because the read sector is going to try to pull more memory in than it's supposed to. So that's got to be that. Yeah, which is that off by 1? No, let's just leave it. I mean, technically I can go bigger, right? Although then it'll write bigger. No, it won't write bigger because it's smarter than that. Right? So if I go 1 more, it just will never save the last thing. Right? Like, that should be, if we're understanding how it works. Yeah, exactly. Yep. It's got to be a nice big struct. MRGBA. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think they actually intended for us to write to Flash. I don't think that was something they wanted us to be doing. Actually, there's a question. Did any of the NES games have the ability to save? I'm going to bet none of them did. I mean, even in the original Excitebike, could you save maps you made? I don't think you could.
Scan.code.
We're pushing the limits of what this thing wants us to do. I'm okay with that. Can I view memory? Let's go start with Flash. Although I don't think it's the Flash that's broken. No more sounds. Wait, it didn't write it. It's all Fs. Do we not have that much RAM? We have to have that much RAM, right? Is it not? Okay, so you did have a something's still not happy though. And I just don't know what. Let's get the read back out because I don't think it's the read that's causing the problem, but maybe it is. How are we 2 hours into stream when I said I was only going to stream for an hour? Okay, it didn't crash, so it's the read. Let's go look at memory just to see what memory looks like. I don't like that there's stuff in EC. But we did copy. We told it to write. Is my math off? My math's off, isn't it? It should be 16,000. 16,384. And we'll go to 5. I think that might have been my problem. I was off by a power of 2. Or, well, 4, but whatever. Shut down. It's going to work this time. Okay, we view memory. Turn the sound back on. No! It didn't work that time. If you write a short variable into RAM, it will grab a bunch of random garbage after that and write until it finishes off. Yeah, but it also read all of that garbage. Why? Why is this a problem? Wait, 4... Okay, my math... No, I don't think my math was wrong. Okay, let me think about this. So... Because it's 3 Fs. Not 4. 3. 3 Fs of data. Is 16 times 16 times 16, right? 16 times 16 times 16. That's 4096. Each one of those is a int. A 30... Wait, how much does each... Is each one of those holding 8? Or 32? They're holding 8, aren't they? Which means I've been doing all my math backwards. So it'd be 49... Okay, now I gotta go look at memory again. My brain... That's how many... There's 4096 addressed bytes. Which means you divide that by 4 for U32s, which means 1024 Weren't we already doing 4096 though? Okay, how much space how much space per address? That's what I need. That's what I need to understand. Cuz apparently I just don't get anything anymore. View memory. So 01, 02. There's two bytes. So we're 16 bits. Is the Game Boy Advance 16 bits? Is that where all my math is getting wrong here? Everything's divided by. Ugh. So we have 4,096. Except mine didn't handle that. It was giving me. But is it divided by 4? I don't think it is. Eight bits makes a byte. 8 bits. Sorry, hold on. I should probably just go to bed. I'm not even thinking straight in terms of how many bits are in a byte here. 8 bits in a byte. 8 bits. 16 bits are represented by a single. No, that's not. That is right. 16 bits. Yeah, 16 bits are represented. I need a calculator because now I can't even do basic computer math all of a sudden. See, can I have a scientific calculator, please? Something with a little more power. C2. Four bits. Four bits. 8 bits equals a byte. So there's 1 byte per address. There's 8 bits per address. We're going to try TextWay. Tech's always right. So we just accept these things. But man, did my brain not want to do that. How did that? Do I not have the save loaded at all? Nope, that wasn't it either. So what? Okay, let's just do this for now and see if it still crashes, because that should work. So then, whatever, it can only store 256 values, so the high score portion of this isn't going to work. It's going to get mad. But I want to see it not crash on that. And then I want to go to bed, because somehow I ended up down a rabbit hole, which I'm okay with. Still crashed. It's crashing on the read. Have you gotten it to read the whole block? Let me go back and look at your code. It's crashing here, though. It's crashing at the read. Let me go look at your code one more time. But you set flash read it into print. Print is 0x. You're reading in that entire sector, and you're reading in 1. We never use it. I mean, I guess technically we do. So where is it getting corrupted? What if it's because I'm doing it right there? Like before we get to this part of initiating memory in RAM. Gosh. If that's what it is, let's get rid of that. Let's go back to U32. Let's divide it by 4. I wonder if that's what it is. I'm wondering if it was that I didn't have RAM established yet. I don't know why that would make any sort of sense, but at this point I'm losing my mind anyway, so it's okay. But I can't seem to give up without winning. So, must win. Nope, still crash. Yeah, I think that is exactly where I'm at. I think Tech's right. So, we're just going to wrap it there. I'm going to skip the raid. I'll post a Discord when I figure it out, because I'm sure I'll figure it out sometime in the morning or something like that, and cry about whatever it is that's going wrong. But I'm guessing I don't know. I don't know what I'm guessing at this point, but somehow the read is my problem. So I'm gonna have to figure out where I'm buffer overflowing. Yep. So with that, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Tomorrow, I don't know what we'll be doing, but it'll probably be Mario 64, so we can get those 120 stars, and hopefully we'll have more success tomorrow night than we did today or yesterday. And maybe I'll run out and check a bunch of printers tomorrow. Maybe not. Watch Tech, though, to see if the printers magically work for him. Sorry that community game night didn't turn into any community games. Maybe I'll actually plan, like, schedule a community game night and say, this is the game we're going to play tonight, and see if we get people to show up that way for community game night again, because that's how we used to do it. Maybe a nice night of Among Us where we can all just go around and eliminate one another. So with that, I appreciate you all. Stay healthy, stay safe, and until next trip, see ya.